Hey, 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 it's John Hansman again with Truett, and decided I was going to hop on and have a conversation about an article that I just read today that I thought was really fascinating. And it pinpoints one of the areas that we see quite frequently in our business. And the subject of this podcast or this live stream is going to be about Google Chrome or any other browser for that matter and saving your passwords. So the question is, how many of you are using Google or Safari? If you're, well, on Mac, it's a little different. I think I trust the keychain. Actually trust the keychain of Apple a lot more than any of the browsers. So that's a fine thing. It's basically a password manager. But think about any of the big browsers, Firefox or Google Chrome, or any of those places on a daily basis. When I'm going out and seeing businesses and doing audits of their business, I commonly see that businesses are using Google or just browsers in general to save their passwords. And so I want to chat a little bit about that because I think it's really important that we stop this behavior and go to a different method. So there's a really good article that popped up today in PC Magazine. And it talks a little bit about that. So the title of the article is "Don't Let Google Manage Your Passwords." And this article is fantastic, and it really pinpoints some of the things that you should know specifically about Google and saving passwords. So one of the biggest things that is talked about in this article is just the difference between a password manager like LastPass, which that's a different story. We can get to that. There's major brands of password managers that are actual software programs, and they will actually help you properly save passwords. And there's a big difference between those. And the real big difference between those is a thing called zero knowledge encryption. And so we'll talk a little bit about that. So zero knowledge encryption is a method that dedicated password managers use to keep data safe. And here's what that basically means. When data gets moved into the server of a password manager, it does not sit on their servers in its raw data form. In other words, if your password is, password 1234, which is a horrible password, and somebody hacks into the servers or gets into your account, the password information is not in its raw form. It means that those suppliers don't have access to your vault. And they may get some information. And we saw this with LastPass. If you guys had heard about this, LastPass had a compromise a few months ago. And it started out with them saying, oh, just our development environment got attacked. And then later on, it turned out that they got actual vaults. But what they said and what security experts are saying is because they have a zero knowledge encryption on their servers, the chances of them having your passwords, your real passwords, is very, very slim because they don't actually capture that information. And Google and the other browsers don't actually do that. They actually do save the raw password on there. So the same thing I see Excel files, I see a whole bunch of different things. Leave a comment if you're one of those people who are using Google Chrome, and let's talk about it a little bit because I think it's really important to be thinking about how can you best protect yourself. What if someone gets your password or is able to even maybe just sit down at your computer or steals your computer? That information is in its raw form and people can easily get into things that they shouldn't. So, for example, we supply Keeper for our customers and within our company, and ours is set up so that it automatically logs us out after a certain amount of time, usually after the workday or whatever. And it means that if someone was to steal my computer, for somehow knew just my computer password, they can't get to my real passwords because they don't know my master password. This means that if someone gets into your, Chrome, for example, they can get in and they can actually pull that in raw form. And one of the things that we do when we do a risk assessment is we actually run a script that pulls data off of Google Chrome. And I can't tell you how many times I've been able to just create a raw form document and show it to the client with their master passwords. Sometimes it's it's something that they're sharing, sometimes it's not. And so what we're talking about here is you should be using one of the different password managers out there. Keeper's a great one. In this article, which I tagged in the comments, you'll actually be able to see the different types of password managers out there. Bitwarden, Dashline, and Keeper are the kind of the top 3 that are listed out there. And so there's some really good reasons. Again, zero knowledge. Yeah, you want to use a product that does not save your passwords in its raw form. And you want to make sure that you have somebody who's really focused on security. They should have the ability to give you security policies so that you can, especially if you have a business, you can enforce those policies across the board. And you would be able to pick how long somebody can stay logged in before it gets logged out. What kind of computers can access it. You can do a bunch of different things. Make sure that it has 2-factor on it. These are all things that browsers in general do not offer. And so it's really important that we make sure that we're, thinking about this kind of stuff. So this is just one aspect. This is one aspect of the things that we do as a cybersecurity provider and a managed IT provider. We look at these types of things on behalf of our clients, and we help them put these types of tools in place. So with that, what I want to get across in this is we should be thinking about all the different parts of our infrastructure. Password management and how we save passwords across our organizations is just one aspect of the many types of cybersecurity that we should be thinking about. And if you need help with this, if your business is not looking at these types of things and it's not, this would be a great opportunity to connect us with somebody within your organization, just so we can ask really good questions to them about what you guys are doing to keep yourself safe. Because what we're seeing across the world, across the United States, within our industry, is a lot more cybersecurity attacks. We're seeing ransomware explode. We're seeing attacks on people's email and people being able to get into their email explode. And the last thing you want to do is voluntarily give up your password information to a bad actor. And when you're using browsers, you're just making it really easy if someone gets access to be able to grab that information and use it against you. So with that, I don't see any questions or any comments, but feel free to leave a comment in the bottom of this, whatever place you're watching this, and we can start some dialogue about this. If you're working in a place that's using Google Chrome to save passwords, ask your boss about it, have them talk to us, and we can help you guys find the right solution for your business. And if you're in the personal realm, look at some of the password managers that are out there. There's some really good ones that can help you and just keep your data safe. And I would also recommend doing a regular dark web scan. If you don't know how to do those, let us know. We can run one for you. So with that, John Hansman at Truett. If you are looking for a IT management company, we definitely love to help you. And so I've got my information down here. You can email me at john@truett.io. And we'll talk to you the next time.